Let me see if I can see it over here on my actual page. I think I have to be logged in as somebody else now to see it. That's the thing. Like you can watch it live. Can you watch it on another screen?
Does it let you?
I don't even see it on here that it's live. So that means I gotta log back out and log back into something else. Cause I don't see it. If there's a way, I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you do it. Boom, you take that. That's all yours. And yeah, I'm here. And so as the people start to pile in the room, here and on YT and TT and YT. That's how I have people refer to them now, TT, YT. It's about to go down. We're going to talk about the Power A plan, what the heck that is. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
On the same login or somewhere else?
It's the same one.
Okay, so good, so I can see it.
The chat is here.
Okay, so now turn the volume all the way down.
The chat box is right there, down the bottom.
Okay, good. Look at you. Queen of my soul. Queen of my soul. Could you clean the lens on that a little bit on the other camera? Because it's blurry. A cloth just. I used to keep one right here. On the YouTube camera. It's going to be over there.
Okay.
Wipe it off. Yeah, I see your hand come up on the screen. All right. Reach out to the team. Let them know we're here.
Okay.
And let the people know. Do the invites. I see a couple of people in the room. Welcome. If you've never been here before, let me tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do. Okay.
Okay.
Vision Builders is a social media platform we created to inspire dreams, help people recognize their visions. I'm W.D. Brown. I came from total poverty to living a pretty good life. You know, I haven't worked for anybody for 30 years. And I'm building a new business. I got 4 books coming out within the next couple of days, actually. I actually had to put together 4 books in a month because I trademarked Are You Ready? Let's Grow as a brand. And I'm teaching people how to do these kind of things to build their future, their prospective dreams, their all these things that are revenue. Like I built my, if you want to call it a fortune, my financial stability. I like that better in real estate. And from that, I went into other things. I was this wannabe musician that didn't really get as far as I wanted in music, but real estate and technology got me over computers, especially when computers first started. So now I'm helping and teaching through this Vision Builders platform, and You Ready? Let's Go trademark, um, coaching and helping. So we get on here and we talk, allow people to ask questions. I mean, in the near future, well, I'm already starting, but my time now gets booked, and as I'm growing more popular and the books coming out and get more speaking engagements, of course, I'll be rarer and rarer to find. Numbers go up and blah 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 blah. But nonetheless, I'm here today, and I want to make sure people know that I'm available to them, and give the team a little bit of time to get in here. Then we're going to deal with the Power A plan. So yeah, think you already, babe, for getting the lights in there. Right now, you're the only one in the room, but it's all good. You wanna come into the room with me now, or you wanna wait?
And yeah, you can bring. Wait, I guess 1 second. Let me finish inviting everyone.
Hmm. Yes, yes. So I sound good and clear on you on YT
Let me check that. Hold on.
or on you. I
On
sound good on
YouTube.
you.
Let me see.
Make sure I sound good on you. Make sure I sound good on T. I want to make sure everything is clear and everything is good on YT and TT.
Yeah, you sound good.
Wow, look,
Let's see.
I was like, that sounds nice. Hey, it was doubling too. Like,
It's good.
okay, sound, no sound detected. Check your audio settings. You detect the sound. I can see it right there on the screen. Ticky, Ticky, oh boy. So good. So we got a good image on both screens. We got two people in the room on YouTube. But let me
Yes.
see if it shows them. It doesn't, right? It says it doesn't show them, right?
No, not yet. Unless they comment.
Okay, unless you comment. So if you're in the room here on YouTube, comment. Tell me who you are and where you're from. We're gonna get started in a minute with the actual notes and the present. You want to call it a presentation, um, the talk. There you go. We're gonna get really serious started in the talk in a few minutes. I try to give people some time to get in the room on TT and YT and TT, both in here. I've been helping people a lot, like build their I don't want to say their brand, but yes, their brand, but their vision, their inner confidence, who you are, how'd you get here, where'd you come from. A lot of people have talents they don't know they have, and what's interesting about it is people don't know they have their talents because something a lot of times that come easy for us, we think that it's not worth anything, but it only comes easy for you. It doesn't come easy for everybody else. Just because you know how to do it doesn't mean everybody know how to do it. And there's people who will pay you to do that for them. So, with that said, I think that a lot of times people undervalue their gifts. Hey, Esther, good evening and welcome. Again, I don't have the clappy thing yet, so I'll just do it with my hands. Um, how you doing? And we got a couple of people on YouTube. Tell us who you are. So I did put the screen over here now so I could see the comments and stuff. Esther, I believe you're really gonna like this evening. Well, you usually like all of our stuff, but you're gonna like this evening. Oh, I wish I had the Western name so I could show you my book covers on Amazon. They haven't released it yet, but still. No, I think that is, but the physical books don't come to me till next week.
Mm-hmm.
But right, the actual thing I think is up. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and we're doing good, Esther. Thank you for asking. Um, we're doing really good. Married life has been really a beautiful experience for us, which is strange. I didn't think, because we were already close. I didn't think married life would change so much, but it does. I think the covenant before God thing. All of that I think is very powerful.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hmm. And we took those papers in like the next day.
Yeah.
We didn't waste no time. We got that's like official. Anyway, I'm gonna get started with who's here because I ain't got time to wait for other people. See, I see the love. Let me say, I see. Wait a minute. I love seeing the ring on your finger and the glow on Nellie's face. Yeah. Well, hopefully there's a glow on mine too. If
Yes,
not,
you have the glow.
but you see the bling. See, it makes it sparkle in the light. No, anyway. Let's do this thing. I don't know where the team is, and I'm not waiting for them. Um, I'm gonna talk about what I call the Power A plan. I'm gonna show a video, but I'm gonna talk about um, where it comes from and what the Power A plan, and I call it the Power A plan. It's not something that I own any copyright on. It's just the way I look at it. So I'm gonna show this video real quick, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna start to talk to you and break down what this gentleman is saying. You know, what I take from it. You know, I usually hear what people say, then I apply my own experience to it, and usually help people find their way. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I got a couple of calls today. A couple of people said they were applying some of the things that they've learned from me, not just since I've been on here, but people who know me before that, and how they've seen significant financial change in the way they handle their business and the way they deal with situations, the way they look at situations, that opportunities have opened up for them. And you know, it makes me feel real proud because I feel like then I'm doing something. But let me just go straight to my notes. So, you know, the concept of a vision, and me and my wife had this conversation this morning, is I was saying to her, you know, when I listen to people talk a lot, I hear, well, I believe, I feel strongly in my heart. And you get to the church in it, well, I believe the Lord showed me and the word was spoken over me, and I believe and I expect and I receive, and you know, those kind of things. And I go, okay, you have a dream. Do you have a plan? Well, I just believe God. No. It never works like that. I've never seen it work like that. It's never worked like that for me. You know, even from the walls of Jericho to everything else, there was a plan he gave them. March around 7 times, send the choir first, then, you know, be quiet, then blow the trumpet. And then after the walls fell, that wasn't the end of the story. Then they had to go in and they had to destroy and dispossess the present inhabitants. To possess something, a lot of times you have to dispossess something. You have to dispossess someone. You have to possess the land, you have to run out who's in the land. And spiritually speaking, it's the same. Financially speaking, it's the same. If you have poverty habits or poverty mindset, you can't be successful by wishing upon a star. It's not a Disney movie. You now have to get out on the field and you got to do the work. And a lot of times that's complicated for people because people don't like, I don't want to say they don't like the work. I want to be careful with that. I don't want to say they don't like the work. What I want to say is they don't participate in the work because it's foreign or scary to them. Because in order to have something new, you got to do something new. In order to have the next level of your life, you have to do the next thing. So it's a little bit different. To dream about it is another thing, to go do it, and then to continue to practice that got you there, right? So, you know, you did a certain thing, you behaved a certain way, you carried yourself a certain way, it got you in the door, and now you got to keep that going to stay in the door. And boy, that's a different animal, right? So let me just take a minute here to put up the video, but I just want to say a quick prayer. Father, just help me convey to the people exactly what they need to hear, the way they need to hear it, to make their minds understand it, and give me the wisdom and insight, understanding, and knowledge of you, peace and prosperity and patience and abundance. In the name of Yeshua Mashiach, amen and amen. I never prayed before my thing before, but I just felt like what I need to share tonight has to have something more than my brain and my intelligence on it. So, amen.
Amen.
You can put amen in the chat.
Amen.
Yes, amen. Okay, so let's go to this. Let's go to this video real quick. Check this out, Esther. You're gonna like this.
You got to have a plan. Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. What's the plan? And your plan has got to have something I call the C5 complex. Your plan has got to be clear, concise, compelling, consistent, and committed. You've got to have a plan. And when you're trying to do something that you're truly passionate about, there is no plan B.
That's so short and to the point, but so powerful when he says, if you're really committed to it, there's not a plan B. Life doesn't teach us that. Life teaches us that we have to have plans, and we have to have, fallback plan, and we got to have that. And, I will tell you this. I'm in agreement with the quote unquote fallback plan on this note. If it's really not a fallback plan, it's just a plan that you're doing that drives you to that plan. Like you may have to come, like you say, I want to come in and like I wish Devon would say I could make fun of him. I want to come in, I want to be the director and own a movie and buy 100 acres of land. And it's like, well, can you look at buying a half an acre and maybe, instead of starting out with $1 million worth of camera, can maybe make something with your iPhone, and kind of build to that. It's a process. It's a plan involved, but it's a plan to it. So sat down with Nelly today and we talked about, what Live Unique needed to do to become successful. And I was like, well, you have to drive, but do you understand do you have a plan? For Vision Builds, I had a plan. I said, I'm going to go live on social media. Then I'm going to do these books. And I'm going to trademark this name, and then I'm going to use that to try to garner speaking engagements and online sales, and build the brand that way. Now, Nelly's work ethic is crazy. She'll get up, she'll go to work, but going to work and working hard without a plan. So Esther, you're on here, and so I could talk directly to you. When you came to me and you said, I want to go to Broadway. I said, well, there's a plan. So we sat down, we came up with a plan. I shared with you what the steps, and you follow those steps. But then it got to a place where I said, okay, now, in order to carry this plan forward, we need to do this, and we need to start to go for this, and we need to audition for this, and we need to do social media this, and it ceased to be a plan after a while. It just was just going with the flow. We're just going to wing it and just keep going to more auditions and just keep winging it. But there was no further plan to go anywhere further. And after a while, it stalled because there was no plan. I think we get to the place where we think, well, we've arrived, and so we just coast. No, there's a million people trying to kick our behinds and take our spot. So there's got to be something more that we offer than just the coast. So anyway, she says she understands. So you get back to the place now, and you're at the place now, and again, where you need a new plan. What's the new plan? What's the new plan to get back to that place? And so I was explaining to her, there needs to be something that's concise. There needs to be something that's clear. So let me just go to these points that he made, and let's kind of talk through them. So it's more than just having a dream. And he said everybody has a dream. That's not true. Some people have no dream at all. They just exist. They don't even have a desire in them to be anything other than whatever they are. But the plan is even more powerful than the goal. And I want to make sure I got a goal. I got dreams. I got goals. Yeah, I know what I want to be with my life. I know what I'm going to do. Okay.
Powerful than the goal. That's powerful.
You hearing it, right, Mama?
Yeah, the plan is more powerful than the goal.
The plan is more powerful than the goal. And babe, you've always had the goal. You've always had the dream, but there wasn't a plan. And so I said, okay, so what's the plan? What's the steps, and how you're going to get there? Because the steps to arriving, okay, I'm gonna go off subject for a second, but stay on subject. I want to be fit. I want to be ripped. I believe that I want to be muscular and have, the stuff popping all out like this. Okay, that's a dream. And it's my goal, my New Year's resolution. Okay? I'm going to go to the gym and do what? And work out. How? I'm going to get on a treadmill. I'm going to get on the... No, you're not going to develop what you're talking about developing. There's no plan. So you get a trainer or you read some books and you learn how to do the exercises. And you learn how to do specific exercises for specific body parts. So I watch people come to the gym and they get on machines and they have no idea what or how to use each machine. None. They get on there and you see them trying to do, like, I don't know, I've seen people get on the shoulder, the back, the lat pull, and they're like standing up and coming, and they're treating it like it's almost like a little trampoline. And I'm like, you're not developing anything. You're just bouncing up and down the machine, not even pulling right. You're not even using the machine right. Well, you're not going to gain anything. You don't have a plan and you don't have a structure and you don't know how it works. So first your plan, he said, must be clear. I'm going to read the 5 C's he gave. It must be clear. It must be concise. It must be compelling. It must be consistent. And it must be committed. But I'm going to break those words down in more detail than that. Just saying those words. But honestly, it needs to be clear. You have to have a plan. And you're trying to do something that you're truly passionate about. He said there's no plan B. I agree, but let's walk even through that. So, did you reach out to everybody already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put
All right. That's right. You got that. All right. So, what is the plan? Well, let's look at it like this. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, you have to talk about where you want to go, but you also have to talk about how you want to get there. Now, I don't like when people teach dreams and goals as if dreams and goals are one size fits all. It's not true. Everybody's plan and dream can get to the same place with different approaches. Yeah, there are basic guidelines to get to certain places. I get it. Good evening, Ruth, and welcome. But plans are not one size fits all. So here's what I want to say. When you have a dream or a goal, like I said, you need a plan. And what a plan is structure. A plan is what are going to be my daily routines to get there. Now, that means it becomes organized. How I want to say this, I want to make this. It's like a map that you have to lay out with route. A nav system with stops you're going to make on the way if necessary, but how you're going to get there. So let me give you simple terms again. I'm trying to keep this simple for starters. You're going to come visit me in Florida and you live up north. Train, plane, car, which route you're going to take. Now, I've been back and forth on a plane tons of times. So I know the system. I know you got to book the flight, hopefully in advance, pay for it, pick your seats. If you're going to get you're going to do the round trip or one way. And you got to be at the airport a certain time to check in. If you don't have pre-check, you got to take your shoes off and go through all of that. I don't know if they still do that. They still make you take your shoes off?
No.
Or they don't do the shoes anymore?
No.
They got tired of smelling people's feet. Okay, so you got to come through the thing. They run your bag through the whole thing. Blah 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 blah. So I guess pre-check now is just like Easy Pass. Now it's just like a quick way through. It's no. Okay. Anyway, if you decide you're driving, well, you're going to decide something else. It's a long trip. You bringing food with you in the car, or you're going to make stops to get food. You're allowing for the time it takes you to get there, plus the breaks, bathroom breaks, whatever. But there are processes, right, that you take in that plan. So let me just try to now take that back to business or dreams and visions. Every destination has a route that has to be followed to get to where you're going. I'm going to say a few other little things that seem minute, but they're very important to it. I can't go to basketball training camp if I want to play baseball. I have to go to basketball training camp. Now, I was on a call today, and I'll probably talk about this a little bit more as we go on. I was on a call today because I said to Nelly, I said, the books are coming. They're done. Except for the Inspiring Sayings book, that's still in the works. But the two workbooks done in the making. Speaking engagements, all that stuff. Now I got a plan for that. And the release and the marketing and the selling of the book. I said, I can't chat GPT this. I need a mentor. I need to get somebody that's in this field, that's into public speaking and all that kind of stuff, that can train you and teach you. I sat down and considered it. And here's what I knew going into my research. You listening?
Yes.
I'm going to pay between $5,000 and $10,000 for a mentor. I know that's what they go for. You know, and this is not even going to be a one-on-one mentorship. This is going to be a class type thing. That's what happened when I did the real estate thing. This and this is good for you to listen to, Ruth, because this is the point I'm making. When I did the real estate class, and it was a class, I didn't have no one-on-one. It cost us $13,000 for that class, and it was a 6-month class. And online stuff and all of that, and you had access to this and that and questions. You can call in and get on the group call and ask your questions. Cost me $13,000. So I already know going into this next phase, I'm looking at between $5,000 and $10,000. I already know that. To get somebody to walk me through the process, how to build your social media, how to get your book out there, and how do you market it to the people, blah, 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 blah. We already know this to be a real thing, right? So now thinking about where we are and what we're doing, think about that. Because when somebody tells me $250 for a session, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because already when I spoke to the lady today and said, yeah, no, they do, right? You know, I said, no, they don't. Right, so watch this. I'm paying $10,000 again. I spoke to the people today. They said it's gonna be like $10,000. $10,000 again to be in a group. If you want to talk to the guy individually, it's $30,000. This is the going rates. This is the kind of rates that we are going to be seeing in the very, 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 very near future. You got it now? Starting rates. That's not when you up there. That's again. So with that said, yeah, wow is correct, Esther. You know, I looked up. I don't know if you heard me talk about this. I looked up Myron Golden and to have a individual personalized session with him mentoring, $350,000. And I sat down, I said, man, God, I need a claim now today. I said, I need to claim a harvest for all these free years of mentoring I've been giving away to everyone who would listen and a lot of them who didn't listen to me at all. But I still got a harvest coming back for that. So when I hear somebody say, oh no, one-on-one mentoring, look at what Tony Robbins gets. It's millions. And it's athletes and entertainers and major people that meet with him to have their one-on-one sessions. It's in the millions. I'm not just talking about the money. I'm talking about they didn't start out with that. They didn't start out with that. But they had to have a plan. And what was the plan? Well, the plan for me is to get out there, to get speaking, and to put together a program, to book sessions. That's why you've been hearing me say to Lindsay, and okay, I need a calendar. I need my schedule now. I can't just have people just calling me on the phone. I need my scheduler. But still learning that process, my point is, when you get to a certain point, I said to them, I don't mind paying the $50,000. I don't mind paying that if the $10,000 makes me enough money to pay for the $30,000. And then the $30,000 makes me $150,000, $200,000, which would then make it no problem for me to pay for it. You follow what I'm saying? Each thing should pay for the next thing. But what am I talking? I'm talking a plan. I'm not saying, well, I need to just go right in and get the top. No, I need to come in with a plan, find something that I can learn at $5,000 or $10,000 that would make me $100,000 or $200,000, which would then allow me to pay for the next thing. Right? Let's keep moving. I don't want to stay on that too long. Dreams are designed to inspire you. You listening to me? Mm-hmm. They're not designed to get you anywhere. Dreams are only designed to inspire you to go forward. Dreams are like that initial push that gets you motivated. But motivation, after a while, ceases to be the power. It has to be the plan. And you have to have a plan that you can stick to or going to stick to. So as we were doing the books and time was going by, I noticed the closer we got to crunch time, the more gangster we became. We were trying to get it done in December, and I realized, okay, we're not going to get anything quality done. We're just going to get stuff thrown together. So we moved it to, well, the 20th of this month is out. That's it. We don't get another chance. But we got everything done, and we just waiting for the books to come. But my point is, every day we did a little something and a little something more, and it was a plan. And Angie would call me, I would call Angie, I would call, and we would call each other. Do you get this done? How are we doing on this? Doing this? Are we still? And then we get Ruth and the social media team. The video's still going up. Yeah, we were putting up old ones, but now we're putting up the new ones. And it's just that. But for a minute, I had to tell them, don't worry about the new ones. Repost the old ones, or hands on deck to getting these books done. Right? Remember that?
Yes.
That was the priority. After that, then we can go back to posting, and now the new social media stuff is going up hardcore. But we had to do this. By the way, send out your invites, because there's only 3 of us in the room, and that's a little crazy. But yeah, get it out there. Get the invitation out. Somebody else just popped in. Who was that? Devon, what's up, baby boy? How come my thing ain't scanning? Okay, there you go. I'm like trying to get my room thing to scan down. So Devon, I made a little reference to you earlier, because as we were talking about the session for tonight, you understand. So let's talk about this. We come up with a dream, or we get a dream, vision, whatever you call it. That's motivation. To get you started only, though, not to get you to the finish line. then you have to come up with a plan. And the plan has foundational steps, step by steps, ladder rung steps to get you to the goal. So, watch this. Here's some of my notes. Dreams require structure. If you want a dream to turn into reality, you have to develop a structure for it to be. It's two different realms. In the dream realm, which is very important, that's where everything, you ready for this? You're listening, right? Everything has flowers and roses and unicorns. Did you invite Lima too?
Yeah, I invited Talima. I texted Talima as well.
Okay, so let me go back.
Let's see.
Flower, roses, unicorns. In the dream mode, you can make it be as big as you want it to be. It can be look as wonderful as you want it to be. Nelly, for you, it's a whole building. It's going to be a school of students. Devon's like, hey, somebody's going to give me $1 billion loan to start a business, and I'm going to buy 50 acres of land, and I'm just going to be Tyler Perry right out the box, right? Everything in the dream mode or in the dream state is like that. It's not a bad thing, but it is. It's huge. It's big. It's lofty. It's large. But now you got to get it out of that mode into the three-dimensional mode. And in three-dimensional world, it introduced snags, headaches, pushbacks, things to overcome. Well, I believe that was introduced with Adam's sin. I believe before the sin, to think it was for it to be. But once that came in, now it had to go through a realm of things. So let me tell you why I say snags and stuff. So you saying bad things gotta happen? Yeah, listen, nobody's going all the way there. And they can happen, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm gonna ask you a weird question. Let me see where you are on it, and your response to be in it. Have you ever had a dream, a good dream? You were in the dream, and I don't know, you were feeling yourself about to wake up. Maybe the alarm was going off. Somebody was calling you, and you tried to hold on to the dream. Like, no, I don't want to wake up. I want to stay out. Or I'm gonna try to. Is it possible for me to pull from my work? Thank you, Esther, for the Go Populars. I appreciate you. I want to try to pull from that dream back into this world. Esther said, yes, she's tried that. I know I've done it. I've had dreams that I've really tried to pull back into the world. Hi, Amanda, and welcome. You this is a very good one. Nelly, can you get that? The peppermint's choking me.
Okay.
That's why you hear me keep going, making that sound, because it's like in my throat.
Sorry.
She puts the peppermint in the oil melter, and it gets strong. Did you cut it with olive oil?
Yeah, olive oil's already in there. I didn't do it again.
You didn't put enough olive oil. Tasted all in my mouth and everything. Okay, so I go back a little bit, Amanda, so you can catch up. So we're saying dreams, visions, goals, don't work without a plan. So now I was talking about the difference between something when you get it and it's a dream, and it's big and it's lofty, and you can see the end and the Emerald City, and you can see, Amanda, you probably can see all the horses running and galloping, and all the people in lines around the block to be there. Whatever that dream is. Like said Devon, saying somebody's going to loan him $1 billion just to go be Tyler Perry right out the bat. Okay, but now so I asked the question: have you ever had a dream, and it's such a good dream that either alarm's going off, somebody's calling, you got to wake up, and you trying with all your heart to not come out the dream. Like, no, you want to pull the dream into this realm. And you wake up and you realize, nope, it's just you in your bed. And that, all that wonderful stuff that you saw there, that's there. So the issue becomes, you can bring it from from there to here. You know, within. I mean, if you're having a dream that you flying, you know, where like Superman, that may be a little bit different. But dreams of success, whatever. Pulling them from the spirit realm into the physical realm requires an adaptive approach that needs a plan that has to bring it to pass, and is a step-by-step building process. Because it's no longer just in your mind, you now trying to make it physical. Now it's a different process. People think dreams and goals and excitement is enough. So here was the point. So let me get back to where I was. For a dream to become possible, it's going to demand that you be structured. You're going to now have to stop following the steps to make that dream a reality. It has to be organized. I'm going to break it down. There has to be scheduling. There has to be accountability or accountability partnership. And then hope has to be the only, which is invisible, anchor that keeps all of those things together. So watch the structure, organization, scheduling, accountability, and then you got to build it around hope. And the hope, or anchor hope to it. That might be a way to say it. Because now, if you think I'm bugging what I'm saying right now, I'm going to give you scripture to back it up. Ready? Probably never heard it like this before. But you've heard the scripture before. I promise you, you have. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, I'm going to break that down in regular English. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith gives substance to something you hoping for. So that means faith takes something that's hope. It's not tangible. It's not natural yet. It's just in the dream state. But faith reaches into the dream state and grabs what you're hoping for and gives it substance. But there's a process involved, right? It's just like if I would say this in regular talk. Withdraw slips are the substance to the money that you got in the bank. If you don't do withdrawal slip, your PIN code. You know, it's in there. It's there. But you can't just walk up to the machine and say, money, please. Not yet, maybe one day. But it wants your ID, it wants your code. You go to the bank, they want you to fill out the slip. There's a process involved. And in that process is where you see a manifestation. And now it's more difficult when you're talking about your dream, your vision, when you want to bring it to life. There's a process to bring it from the thought of mind to a reality. And that is, you have to have a plan. That plan has to have a structure. That structure needs to have some organization. And then it needs to be schedules. And then there needs to be accountability. So let me give you that in simple terms. I had this whole idea for Vision Builders. Started it in the church as a men's fellowship. But I knew it was supposed to be something big and outside of the church. So I started it first, you may not know this, with a network marketing thing. We're selling a health device kind of thing, like one of those kind of things you wear on your arm to give you a heart rate, blah, 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 blah. That's where Vision Builder started. That thing folded like most network marketing things do. And then it became Men's Fellowship. When I stepped out of the church, I knew I was still supposed to continue Vision Builders, but I didn't know exactly how to do it. Then you got to go live, you got to make videos. I was like, yeah, but that's not the goal of Vision Builders. Well, what was the goal of Vision Builders? Goal of Vision Builders for me was always, I knew, public speaking, events, big events, Tony Robbins type place, people jumping and screaming. I already knew that. Well, how do I get there? So I had to sit down and had to find out how to get there. I had to find out, just to me close, I had to find out that you have to build a following. You have to build a following. You got to develop the plan to develop that following. So what's the plan? I got to make videos. I got to make videos every day. You got to put out a video every day. Oh my gosh. All right, so I got to put out videos. Okay, and it's going to be good if you go live. Okay, and then I thought about it, and I looked up something. I heard somebody talking I was driving in the car, and I heard somebody talking about, I don't know if you knew this, Nelly.
What is it?
But they were talking about if you really want to get speaking engagements and you really want to be established as a speaker, you have to write books. I did a book before. I can do that. Who knew that when I did that Harvest Time book, that would be education, or when I had to do it again, that I wouldn't panic because I know how I had to do it. Okay, so I got to do a book. Okay, so then I had to develop a subject. What are you talking about? Well, my first idea for my book was going to be my sayings, inspiring sayings. Putting it together, on the road to doing that, this is the plan. I know it's got to be books. Doing the plan, and then Mindset Over Millions came to me as a topic just for Vision Builders, not as a book, talking about it. And so I was sharing with this person who was a publicist. Yeah, I want to do this book. And I got this book coming. She said, yeah, put that book aside. That Mindset Before Millions book, the playbook, that needs to happen first. I need to see that now. Okay, so now I know, okay, the way I'm going to go because of what I've studied and what I've looked into. Well, I want to look into a trademark. So I went and looked into trademark and Vision Builders. Found out there's a company, Vision Buildings, and it's similar, and they may challenge me on the trademark and back and forth and trying to figure out how to get around it. And then the lawyer said to me, why don't you just trademark that thing you say at the end all the time? You ready, let's grow. Why don't you do that? I think you should change the name of the whole company to that. Well, I haven't done that yet. The company's still Vision Builders. But the trademark, you ready, let's grow. Well, now, what do you want to have? Books, shirts, speaking engagements, conferences, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, now you got to pay for all those different classes, okay? Not classes going to school, but, each trademark has a class where you're protected in. Wound up coming up to about $6,000 in the classes. Well, now you got to have the books. Well, now you got to create books. Well, not just a book now. No, you got to have books, and all the books got to be You Ready, Let's Grow books. Well, I don't have that many books. Well, take the other books you were going to do, slap You Ready, Let's Grow on them, Millionaire Mindset and Mindset Before Millions and Millionaire Playbook, to slap You Ready, Let's Grow on top of that, and now you got a series. And then, the great big hustle began. She said, #goals. That's right, Amanda. And so, in the process of doing that, I'm learning what it takes to bring vision into reality step by step. So I got a team, and we have so many structured meetings and so many conversations, and having to figure out who belongs in what place. I've assigned you here. I don't think that's good for you, because one thing I learned about being a leader is assigning somebody to something that's beyond them to do is you set them up for failure, and find out where they're powerful and put them there so that they feel like a winner. Then maybe they may come over to that place. but don't put people in places just to set them up to fail. So these are kind of things to thought about. So is this helpful, by the way? And I just want to say
Yes.
hi to people in the room and let me know, everybody who's here.
Yeah, we got 4 people in YouTube.
Well, and welcome my YouTubies. We don't want to ignore you. And let me know where you're from. Jump in there and say hi and let me know where you're from. But I'm going to teach you something tonight if you be still and you listen. I see Tane. I see, how do you pronounce this?
Let's see.
8 with the AT8, whatever.
Right. At 8G8.
I'm just going to call you at
At 8G8.
I'm gonna call you 8. I'm just gonna call you 8. Hey 8. So let's keep rocking with this because this is good stuff and hopefully it helps you. So now, especially church people. Sometimes I love my church people, but you can be so irritating because you think everything is Disney and Aladdin and I just believe and it's gonna happen. No, you are not gonna receive something that you have not prepared for. And it comes to you in a vision, in a dream, but you have to put a plan together or pray and get a plan so that it works. It doesn't work just because you dreamed about it, okay? So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. What's that thing I said earlier, Nelly, that you made a note of?
Oh, yes. The one about you helping people to get to their
No. It's something I said earlier about the differences, and you made a note of it. If you don't remember,
the
don't worry, I'll come
dreams
back.
need the plans, and the plans dreams are motivation.
Say it out.
Oh, dreams need a plan, and dreams are to motivate you, but you still need a
Dreams are
plan.
motivational. That's what they are. And the plan brings the motivation from dream state to reality. So let's break this down. If you want your dream to turn to reality, it needs structure. I said it needs to be and there needs to be organization, and there's legal organization stuff that needs to go in place. There's paperwork got to fill out. There's setting up a corporation. All this stuff. This is all organizational. You have to have that. There needs to be schedules. There need to be times and places that you do what, when, and where. Not when you feel like it. These need to be structured. They need to be organized. You training to be a boxer, and your trainer says you need to be up every morning at 6 o'clock, and you need to run this many miles. This is a process. You have to do it. There's no way around it. You're being built into that machine, and there needs to be accountability. There needs to be something or someone that keeps you accountable to the dream that you started on. You cannot do a little bit of it at a time and then put it down and pick it up and put it down and pick it up. I know it. I've done it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I tell people do a little bit toward it every day, but you got to do something. It is, all right? And so the plan comes in here. And this is where the gentleman made the statement, the 5 C's that he has. A plan has, he calls it a C5 complex. So here's the basic characteristics, and I'm going to break those down for you. Your plan must be clear. It must be concise. It must be compelling. It must be consistent. And there must be commitment. You got to be committed to it. I'm going to say those again. Your plan must be clear, concise. It must be compelling. I'm going to break them down one by one. Consistent and committed. These 5 elements must exist before your dream becomes executable. Let me see if I get some people in the room real quick. And then we're going to start going through with the people in the room. It's good for the algorithm. So if you come in, even if you ain't got nothing to say, just come in and sit in the room and we'll keep it going. I invite you. If you want to come. If you can't, you can't. It's all right. Don't worry about it. No hard feelings. Boom. Okay, so I sent out all the invites. Again, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Thank you, Mama. I see you. All right. You came in and you went back out, it looks like.
Oh, it looked like it.
Okay, I see. Boom. Okay. I guess everybody else couldn't come in right now. Well, you're invited either way. So now, um, and if you don't want to come in the room, if you have questions, put it. Amanda said, "So true. Still have to work for it." You, yeah, Amanda, you do. It's no such thing as praying stuff into reality without your cooperation. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And even if you do, you get it and you lose it because you don't know how to keep it. I've seen it happen a million times. So let's go with it. Step by step. Let's break down the words. Ready? Clear. Your plan must be clear. When I was on this call today, this $10,000 mentoring call. I was on this call to find out about getting a mentor to help me get my books out and get it to market and all that. And for that class, for me to take this course, it's going to cost 10 grand. That's what it costs. Every mentor I know or any speaker that I know always said they had a mentor, and that mentor, I've seen them cost, like I said, what's his name, Golden, for a private session with him, they said $350,000. So when I spoke to him today, I said, listen, hey, Christine, welcome. I said, listen, I don't mind paying you 10 grand if it's going to help me make 100 grand. Then I'll pay for the 30 grand class, and that 30 grand class should get me $200,000, $300,000 or more, so that I can pay for the next level of class. I don't mind that, ROI, return on investment, and I was very strong with them about that. And when I spoke to them today, one of the things they started talking to me about, which I expected because this is what comes with these mentoring courses. And I know you may say that sounds like a scam. Well, mentoring courses, just so you don't find a scam one. But the real estate course I did cost me $13,000. But as a result of it, I did a $780,000 deal. I got my money back. Case in point. Mentoring is expensive, and that's why I said all this mentoring I've been doing for free, and even what I'm doing right now for free, yeah, that's going to change in time. I'm building a foundation, and I will always do my TikToks and stuff, but it's going to be different. People won't have access to me the same, and I do a bunch of mentoring for nothing, but that's changing drastically. Now, when I got on the call with them today, I want you to understand this. Oh, it's asking me to do this thing before they kick me out. I'm glad I caught it. Do it again? Okay. You got to move that puzzle
The
piece.
puzzle, yeah.
Yay. Okay, I'm back. All right. So they were talking about the things where we'll help you get established. We'll help you get, get your speaking together. We'll give you a chance to, try it out. We'll give you a platform to come speak on, like a TED Talk type thing. We'll help you get your books together. So, because you got to have a book to have an establishment. And when I was on there, I said to them, have a book. I just finished books. Got a couple of books. Ladies blown away. I have a page. And we're gonna try to, you want to get over 1,000 followers. I got close to 3, and 1,200 on YouTube, and she's going like, whoa. And viral video. I said, I got a video that got 300,000 views. She said, you're gonna knock this out in a month. I said, well, I already know that, but it's because I came to them already with a plan and execution. But what she kept asking me was, what is your purpose? Like, what is it that you wish to obtain? And I never said it before, but I said, I want to help people get to their vision or to their dream whole. I don't want people to wind up getting rich, but their inside is tore up and messed up, and they wind up in the Diddy type of place. No shade, but it is what it is. People don't get that famous and then still run around and do all kind of crazy stuff like a lot of these politicians and stuff like that, unless on the inside you still empty. You got wealth, but you don't have wealth inside. There's no reason for you to run around and do that kind of stupid madness type stuff and throw away and risk your whole career in life if you got peace inside yourself. And if you agree with me, you can give me a thumbs up and say, I know that's right, or yay, or amen, or whatever it is. It makes you feel happy to say. People that's got at peace with themselves don't feel the need to do all that madness. They just don't. I was in that industry. I work with people, and I was like, it ain't enough money in the world for me to want to stay in this industry, that if this is what your guys are doing. So anyway, let me go back to, so clear. If you don't understand your plan, nobody else will. So when she kept asking me, what is your, like I said, I'll explain to you everything that what my dream is, what my vision is. What do you keep asking me for? She kept saying, but what is the goal? And I was like, you mean what is the goal? To get speaking engagements, to be able to talk, to go on stage and that. And then she kept asking, I was like, oh, you want to know, like, what's the motivating factor? Like, what is my ultimate goal? Yeah. To help people reach their destiny, to get to their manifestation whole. Now that's broken people.
Yeah.
And she was like, Dad, I've never heard that before. And I was like, write it down. That's going in my book, right? That's going in my description and everything. So, what are some of the questions you need to answer then to be clear? Esther, you're going to relate to this. You've heard me say it a million times probably. So here are the clarity questions that you need to answer. Where am I going? What am I building? Why am I building it? And what's next after I build it? Those are the ongoing questions. Where am I going? What am I building? Why am I building it? And what comes next after? Not being able to answer those questions will always bring you back to a place of being lost, no matter how far you go. You always find yourself kind of wandering around and stumbling around if you can't answer those questions. Right? Without those questions answered, you are in a confused state. You're doing things. You're doing it diligently. You're running hard for it. But there's not a clarity. And confusion is going to always create hesitation. It's going to make you stop and question who you are and what you're about and why you're doing it. And if you're in that confused state, people will show up. They will challenge you. They will make you question yourself. They will ask you a bunch of questions about who you are and what you do and why you do it. And guess what? It'll throw you right off track. So that's number two. Clarity creates movement. It creates focus. Clarity creates goals. Even when the rain is falling and it's foggy and you can't see where you're going, you know that you got to go somewhere and you keep pushing till you figure it out. Clarity creates movement. Confusion creates hesitation. It'll make you slow down. It will. It will. So, did that help somebody? Let me know if that helped you in the chat.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat. Let me know. And if you have any questions, put those in the chat too. Thank you, Nelly, for always being such a participation.
You're welcome.
Come on, the rest of y'all, let's get in here. Let's put it in the chat. Let me hear it. Let me see you. Come on, 8, get in there. Christine, let's go. Get in there. Let's let TT know that you like me and you like what you're hearing. Christine did it with gifts. I like it. She said, what's the last question you ask yourself? What comes next? What's the next steps? After you know where you're going, what you're building, why you're building it, after that's done, what's next? What's the next level? You're welcome. Good. Thank you. Thank you for the responses. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what's our next word? Who remembers the next word? I gave you the 5 words. So remember, don't cheat, babe. You're right here next to me. Who remembers the next word? I gave you the 5 C words. What was the next one? You remember? Clear. You remember the next one? Mm-hmm. See who's paying attention in the class. Who paying attention? Raise your hand. Let me see. Raise your hand. Yes, Esther said concise. There you go. My girl is on it.
Nice.
Concise. What do we mean by concise? Your plan must be concise. It shouldn't be so complicated that you can't execute it. OMG. The plan must be concise. Sisters, don't get mad at me, but oh my God, y'all can convolute and confuse everything. So what did you go? I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have a baking school, and then I'm gonna create my own knife set, and then I'm gonna do this, and then and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna make cookies, but then it's not just for cookies, but cookies for Martians, and then maybe even doggy treats. I might make doggy treats. Okay. No. No. Concise. Concise means it needs to be simple so it can be easily executed. Now, if you want to make doggy treats and all that stuff later, that's cool. But pick the core value of who and what you are right now. What is the main focus of what you're doing and why you're doing it? Going back to the clear. Just pick something. Not all the stuff. Just pick something and listen to me. That something that you pick should be a foundation that all the other things you want to build can go on top of. If not, I just want to make food, okay? Then you want to make a cookbook? Because you can't say, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to sell apple pie, I'm going to sell this, okay, not coming in the door. You can't. It's not possible. It's too many things to manage. Why do we think we just have the hair oil right now? I said, you need to come up with other products. No, we don't. Maybe one other, maybe 2 other. But we're not going to come with a whole line of products yet when we still launching product number 1. That's too much. No. Be concise. Make it simple enough that when you explain it to anybody. One thing I've learned about investors, and I don't know if you watch Shark Tank, you see it. When people come on and they're all over the place, they chase them out the room. You don't have any direction. You don't know where you're going. You're all over the place. There's one guy got on there and he was like so committed to save the rainforest or something. He just kept talking about the product, but he kept talking about, then I'm going to take the money and I want to heal the rainforest. And every thing I sell, I want to plant a tree. And he just kept going on and on and on. It was like, I mean to laugh at you too. And it was like, okay, this is not a business. This is a passion project for you. This is you're on some kind of mission that we don't want to be a part of. We don't want to hear about everything you do. You want to plant a tree. Like, how am I going to make money if every time we sell one thing, we got to go plant a tree? Like, you it's going to cost us more money just to keep you going than you and your trees, right? So my point is, it just got too convoluted. It got too complicated. It got too insuccinct, right? It wasn't right on. Your business should be focused. It should be right on. It should be straight aim on a point. Now, can you expand, yes. Build branches, trees from that, yes. But at first, you got to see that you planting. This may sound like a funny analogy, but don't start talking about you gonna put a swing on your apple tree when it's just starting to bud. You got a lot of years for that. Let the thing grow solid. So that's the point. It has to be concise. It has to be simple and not complicated, so it's easy for you to execute. And to keep you also from getting frustrated, because when you got too many things on the plate, I've pulled my wife down off of so many ledges because she tries to do so much because she thinks she has to do so much to win. And I know some of you on here work way harder than me and don't have probably a quarter what I have in the bank because you think a lot of hard work, and they tell you that. You know, you got to work hard to get there. Wealthy people don't do that hard. They strategically work, and they align with situations that make what they do simpler. So, you know, take that or leave that. You do what you want with that. Simplicity in a plan. Let me make that last statement again. It must be concise. It should not be so complicated that you can't execute it. Listen to me close. Simple plans move faster. You can write that in the chat if you want. Simple plans move faster. You got a lot of moving parts and a lot of moving pieces. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Simple plans move faster. They do. You know, if something breaks, it's easy to fix. If something doesn't work, it's easy to get it back on track. Please don't get caught up in overcomplicated plans. Overcomplicated plans create delays, unnecessary delays sometimes very costly delays. Sometimes they come up with, it makes delays that literally could almost bankrupt a company. I've seen people make some simple mistakes that have almost ended their companies. So I'll give you an example. Somebody came to us recently and said, what about trying to get you on QVC? And I was like, nope. Looked at me like I was crazy. Why not? I was like, because if that goes on QVC and 50,000 or 10,000 orders come in overnight, our company is finished. We can't produce that, and we can't even ship that. We don't have the mechanisms in place to do that. That's too much right now. We're going to go by our plan step by step, and we're going to be concise until we build to a place. We're looking right now into co-packers and co-ballers and all that kind of stuff. And the price and the cost of it, it's a different animal. But we're also now looking into how can we order our oil and stuff in 3-4 gallon jars or drums, because we need to get the price of each bottle down, because if we go to a distributor, they're going to want to cut, and then the shipping and all of that goes in it, and then we won't make a profit at all. Even though we make a profit now, something from the table, it doesn't make a profit once distributors get involved and co-packers get involved. So you keep it simple. I got one project, we got one SKU. We don't have to worry about a whole bunch of red tape and mess, all right? So overcomplicating plans cause delays, and execution loves simplicity. Execution loves simplicity. Any comments, any questions? The smarter, not harder concept. It's truth, Amanda, yes. It is about how much do you want to do at one time. And if you want to overcomplicate your life, yeah, but the most people that want to do business with you don't want it that complicated. They want it simple.
Amanda said, the smarter, not harder concept.
Hey, why are you reading what I just said?
Oh, my bad.
What did you do? Take a nap over there?
No, I'm making notes.
Oh, she was making notes. Okay. Okay. So what's the next word? She was paying attention. What's the next word? I bet you Esther has it.
Compelling.
5 C's. What's the next word? You said compelling. It's compelling. Your plan must be compelling.
Mm-hmm.
It must be compelling. It has to mean something to you. And that's important. Listen to I'm gonna read my points, then I'm gonna walk through them. It has to mean something to you. When a plan is compelling, it keeps you moving when motivation disappears. We'll talk about that. That passion will fuel endurance. And if your vision doesn't pull you forward, you won't push through the obstacles. So compelling. It needs to be something that compels you to go. So it's hard for you, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but it's very real. It's hard for you to sell somebody something that you don't believe in. Mm. I've had people come to me to the door or whatever, and they're trying to sell something, and after a couple of questions, I'm like, you don't even believe in this yourself. You don't even believe in this yourself. Like you, like I can tell when you go to a restaurant, I give you something simple, and the waiter don't want to be there, don't like the job, you can feel it. And then you meet those ones who really love their job, and maybe because they ain't been there long enough yet, or whatever the case may be, but they happy to have a job, and they happy to be there, and they love helping customers. And boy, you can feel the difference. When you're trying to convince somebody, an investor, anybody of what you do, you better have the ability, and that ability has to come from actually being in a real place, to really love what it is you're doing. You have to really be compelled by it yourself. It has to mean something to you. I remember, Nelly, when you started doing social media, mm-hmm. and you first started, remember what I said to you?
You said that you have to love it, and if you don't love it, then you have to either pray to love it or don't do it.
Or don't do it. That's what I told her. I said, if you're gonna put videos out and you don't love it, people feel it. If you're gonna go live and you don't really love it, people feel it. I'm at a place now that I actually love these moments. I love going live, and I love getting on here and talking to you guys and helping you guys find, a path. I mean, it is what it is. I love doing it, and I had to really sit down and say, dude, don't do this if you're not compelled to do it, because you ain't gonna stick to it. And that's what it says. When a plan is compelling, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you moving even when motivation disappears. Motivation is not meant to stay with you through the whole thing. And people who look for motivation to win, you're never gonna win. Motivation doesn't stay through the whole thing. Motivation is really to get you started, and it pops up here and there in the process, but motivation is not designed to keep you. So this is an analogy I came up with a long time ago, but it'll help you out a lot. And I hope you take a minute and hear me out on this one. Motivation is like if you get ready to run a marathon, and you start, and everybody's at the starting line screaming and cheering for you. But once you start running, the further you get away from that crowd, and then you're alone. And you have to have something more than that motivation to keep you going, because now everything's aching. Now it's different. Now you're on your own. So if you're compelled to win because you got something you need to prove to you, or something that you need to accomplish for yourself, when all of that cheering and stuff is going, you're going to keep going. It has to mean something to you. When your plan is compelling, it keeps you going. You have a reason to keep going. And that passion will fuel your endurance. It will fuel you to the point that you don't need compliments, you don't need praise, you don't need I told you so moments to win. This is something that I need to do for me. That's powerful. And if your vision pulls you forward, doesn't pull you forward, you won't push through. If that image or that vision or that your vision not what anybody hopes for you, not what you hope what anybody says for you, but your vision to do it. If that vision is not pulling you forward, when you hit obstacles, you're gonna crash and burn, or you're gonna pull over to the side of the road and you're gonna stop. You'll run out of gas. I got a few more, but I think for tonight, I want to close up. Unless you guys have some questions or comments, I think I will stop at compelling. Tell me what you guys think. Amanda said I made that mistake one. What mistake was that, Amanda? Talk to me. And like I said, if anybody want to come in the room, request it, and I'll let you in. I think I like it better with the logos up top. What do you think, Nelly?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks better. And you have more space where we can see you too. Yeah. Esther said I missed the fourth C. What is it?
I don't think we did it.
We didn't did it. We just did 3.
Yeah, we just did 3.
Clear, concise, and compelling.
Yeah, we didn't do the 4th one yet. Oh, you just want it for your records? Consistent, committed are the last 2. I just named them. She must have typed that before I responded. Any questions? Anybody want to get in the room? I'm a little tired of talking tonight. I don't know why. I don't feel very like I want to talk for 2 hours like I normally do. Unless people have questions and stuff.
Right. I think that's what it is. Usually if it's quiet, then you might feel like that. But when everybody's talking, it just goes.
And now that, when people ask me questions, it makes me go down the road where I can answer it specifically for them. Like, I understand what I'm saying. I don't know if they understand what I'm saying. And so when you get in the room and you talk to me and you ask me questions, then I can speak directly to you and directly to your question, and it's helpful for you. So, yeah. So I'm gonna give you a few minutes to see if anybody wants to either get in the room and ask me a question or get in the chat and ask me a question. Either way. How many likes we got tonight?
We got 47,000.
47 what?
47K.
Okay, yeah, that's
almost 50,000.
Okay. Talk to me. Get in the room. Talk to me. Ask a question. First of all, I want to thank you for all the hearts and the co-populars. I see Christine popped in and popped out. Devon and Ruth, thank you for your hearts. They popped out too. All right, well, listen, so if there's no questions, no conversation, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I think that was a good starting point. And he said the goalpost moved. What's the goalpost, 8? I don't understand. What goalpost moved? Help me out. I don't know what you mean. Talk to me. You said when it I asked you what's next. You talking about after Broadway, right? Thank you. Who just sent that cake gift? That was beautiful.
Me.
Who?
I did.
Oh, thank you, baby, for cake.
You're welcome. It's a Level Up Sparks cake.
Thank you, Esther. Sister Ray said, on B Road. The goalpost moved on B Road.
See.
Are you talking in code? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you just trying to mess with me? You come at me all metaphorical and stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. but yeah, Esther, you're right. Like, not you didn't know what the next one was, and the first one we sat down and planned. So me asking you what's next wasn't to necessarily make you answer, but make you jump on that road with me and beat it out like we did the first road. But I think, welcome back, Christina. We missed you for the moment you were gone. But we got the floor open to questions now and conversation if you want to jump in. Or if not, just talk to me in the chat and ask me your questions so I can answer your questions. I'm got more teaching to do, but I want to, well, thank you for the first 100 minutes. We appreciate you. I made the mistake once of trying to sell something that didn't spark my enthusiasm. You know what, Amanda? And that's what I'm talking about, the compelling thing, right? You're trying to probably do it for money. Somebody told you it's the next big thing. You know, network markets do that. And then you try to get in it. And then it's like when you talk to people, people know that you don't love it. They know you don't. They know you don't believe it, and they know you're just trying to get money. So I was taking the what's the name? Give me my box, babe.
Okay.
My suction cupping suction. I won't put it on the screen because I don't want. I'm sorry, babe. I gotta stop asking you to do stuff. You hopping.
Okay.
So I got this cupping thing, right? I won't show no brands. So I don't want to. It's the Asian thing. The Olympians use it. They put it on there so instead of massaging, they put it on there and it sucks your skin up and it makes it have red marks on it. And I've seen the swimmers with the big red circles on them, and I'm like, what the heck is that on them? And I didn't know that this is supposed to be something that works like massaging, but it works the other way, and it's something they've been used for a long time. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Mm-hmm. Christina, you in therapist, so you may have, and so I started using them. I like them, so So my friend who's selling them very cheap said, "Yeah, well, if you want to, you can sell them. You can take them." So I took them to the farmers market, and then I took them to. I think I took it to the skating ring. Oh, you said it's new to you. Okay. So you never heard of the cupping things? And they usually have them with a little gun, and the Asians they put the hot thing in it, and they stick the cup on you, and it sucks your skin up. And anyway, so you put it on you, and you turn it on, and it sucks your skin up in it. It has a red light thing for heat, and it's, again, long story short, I took it with me to the skating ring and was using it and offered it to a couple of people, and a couple of people grabbed them off of me. And then I went back last night, and I don't know, I don't feel like selling no cupping things, so I didn't even really push it. I told a couple of people, but I didn't push it, and nobody got it. And I said to myself, dude, you don't want to stand around and sell cupping things. You don't want to do that. If somebody sees it and they want it, that's fine. But my heart ain't in it. Like you just said, Amanda. So yeah, they put these on you. See that? I know that looks terrible, right?
Yes.
Nelly doesn't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, but yeah, it puts these red marks on you. Now on my legs, it doesn't do that so much because I guess, well, one, I've used it on my legs a couple of times, but two,
Right, but the skin on the leg is different.
the skin on my leg, and I got way more muscle mass in my leg,
Right, yeah.
so it didn't do that mess to me.
Right.
My first session, my first business session, brought me back to reality. They aren't just horses. Good stuff. Good. Congratulations. Thank you for that, and thank you for sharing that, Amanda. And thank you guys for the gifts. Loving you, appreciate you. So it has to be something that your heart is into. It has to compel you. It has to move you. It has to be a desire on you to do that thing when all else ain't working. You know, if you're not loving what you do, be it social media or anything else, come on, you people have business and stuff, and they go, you got to be on social media, and you go, yeah, I know, but then you don't really want to do it. People can tell. People can tell. It shows. So yeah, it's important that you should be compelled to do it. You should feel motivated to do it. I love using it, but I'm not motivated to sell it. I'm just not. You can see that the first night you were so proud of me, like, wow, baby, you just so for them, just like that.
Yeah.
Well, I slapped it on my leg and he happened to want it. But to have to walk up to people and try to sell it,
Sell it, yeah.
I'm like, I ain't no cupping therapist, device selling type dude. So yeah. Anyway, so listen, guys. Any more questions or comments? If not, I'll let you go. Leave you to your night. Man laughed. Yeah, Amanda, I just wasn't motivated, like, to do it. And Nelly could walk around with that oil, but it's like, nah, bro. I'm just.
Nah, bro.
Matter of fact, I got out there with the oil and I was selling the
Yeah,
oil.
you did. Yeah, you were doing real good too.
Well, I was, at that point, because can I tell you something though? It's gonna make you laugh. There was a day we went to the mall and we were selling the oil, and I went out and I was out selling her. I was going for it. But you're gonna laugh at me. My motivation wasn't to sell the oil. My motivation was to outsell Nelly. my motivation was to get more customers to her, and that was fun. But yeah, I mean, we win either way. But yeah, because you're saying there's not a lot of people. I'm like, she said, Esther said, whatever works. I was like, how many bottles you sold? You been here this long? You sold? I sold 3 already. And then we both went gangster. I beat you though by 1 bottle.
Yeah.
But really by more because you had already been doing it for like over an hour before I started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. The motivation was to outsell her, but that's still a motivation.
Yeah.
As something had to compel you. Something got to drive you. If we had to get out every day and do a and then the other time was the time you went north and I went to the farmer's market without you.
Oh yeah.
And I got out there to sell it, and my motivation that day was Nelly ain't gonna come back and realize that I didn't sell no oils. So
and the people came back and said, your husband was doing so good. He sold he was selling the good to us. He was explaining it to us.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and I was telling him, make sure you let my fiance know that I did a good job.
Yeah.
And then people was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna buy one. So if you don't buy one, make sure you let her know that I did a good job. Location is a key component. In everything you do, and location. You was gonna say something bad? I want to cut you off.
No, I was just saying, and they did. They came back and they did tell me. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. and even though that might not seem like it goes with this conversation, it actually goes perfectly. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Um, I like to deal with location from a physical, emotional, a mental approach, right? If you're not located in your heart right about anything you're doing, you're not gonna do it. If you're not in the right place emotionally, you're going through stuff, a lot of times you're not gonna do it. So location is not just a physical location. It's emotional, it's mental, it's sometimes social. Um, Somebody said to me today about this mentorship course. May cost about 10 grand. And said, well, isn't it nice to have 10 grand to be able to do it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. But that's not something that's unobtainable. I'm not thinking about the 10 grand it costs. I'm thinking about the $500,000 that I can gain for the 10 grand, or that million that I can gain from paying for the 10 grand. And so that's a location of heart. If I would go at it with, what if I lose my money, and what if they rip me off, and what if I don't get this, and I'm in a bad location going in, and it's probably going to be a bad location coming out. So, there's more meaning to location, what you said, than just physical location. So I agree, 100%. 100%. Thank you guys for getting in the comments and chatting. Because if you didn't, I was gonna be off for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like saying, well, it's been a long day. Hey, Tane, you quiet? What's going on, man? You ain't got nothing? You ain't got nothing for Gramps? Bam. Yes. So, let me just start by saying, he's driving, okay. Well, good, I still got a comment out of you, that works. It's good for the algorithm. It's good for the algorithm. So let me just say, you got some decent foundation to get started. I'll be back on Tuesday and we'll finish this up. But this is all part of the next book, Guard the Win. And I'm thinking about changing to Protect Your Win when it becomes a book series. But this is going to be real helpful for the next couple of sessions and until we finish this one up and we'll move on to the next one. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity to continue to share with you guys anything I can do that could help you on the road and on the journey to your greatness. And I'm looking forward to being a part of your world and a part of your life and helping you get there. And man, I love it as always. Niece Christine, send some more hearts. Thank you guys. Thank you, all this love and appreciation for you. Let's watch this thing happen. It's all opening up one step at a time, and I'm here for it. And I hope you are too. You ready? Let's grow.
Let's grow.
Good night, fam. Have a great weekend. Nelly will be live again tomorrow cooking. And I'll see you next time.